aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome or welcome back in case you've been here before. I hope you all had a wonderful week, and yeah, it's been already a week, so it's WIP and Chat time. So let's grab a color and start. So grab out whatever it is that you are planning to work on today, and let's get started, shall we? First off, how was your week? I hope you had a good week. Mine was a little busy little bee. Because yeah, we had my husband has had a week off. He has still tomorrow left, and then Thursday he needs to go back to work. This is, as I'm filming, Tuesday, because I am late because I was yesterday completely tired and I had no energy left to film, so hence why this video is a little bit late. Since normally I would have uploaded this more than an hour ago, now I still need to film this and render this, upload it, and the whole stuff. So it will either be today really late or possibly even tomorrow. Depends on how quick everything wants to go and how long I ramble. Because how longer I ramble, yeah, the more work I have. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it nice and easy today, but yeah, you know me. Most likely it will still be a video of about an hour, so yeah. Let's get started with everything, shall we? Yeah, I am a little bit sniffly. Most of the times it's just coughing a lot. But yeah, for whatever reason, I started to film, and now I feel that my nose is runny, so sorry if I sniffle a little bit. Try not to, but can't promise a thing. So yeah, today, as you might expect it and have already guessed by the image, I am still working on The Beast by Mandy Manzano and Diamond Art Club. This is really a good, fun kit to work on, but yeah, I don't work on it often enough, so yeah, it will take a while. But you see either the end or almost the end, so you can see them almost there. It's taking me over a year, but I'll get there one way or another. Give me at least a review for my little diamond paint along next year. Because yeah, I want to try to see if I can do at least a few reviews and unboxings in January. Excuse me. Already lost my train of thoughts. I'm planning on doing at least a few unboxings and reviews in January and February, because I then have my diamond paint along, movies and diamonds. I'll have my announcement video linked down in the description box below if you want to check it out, but Ooh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that jumped on. But yeah, so the basics is just that I am doing a little diamond paint along just to have some fun together. Hopefully you are planning to join me. You can work on diamond paintings from, well, basically every company. Obviously, preferably, I would like it if you use licensed artwork, but yeah, I get that not everybody has something in their stash from, example, The Beast by Diamond Art Club or something like that. So yeah, I can get that if you don't have anything in your stash from like a licensed company and you do have something from an unlicensed company that you want to work on that. That's totally fine by me. Even stolen images, it's fine. I do not like it that much, but you work on whatever you want to. And then, well, I do have a Facebook group where you can share your progress on your projects. I do not require a new start or a finish. I do require that you place at least a few diamonds on it. By the end of the project or the end of the event, you can, if you want, share your image with me, and I'll plan at least on trying to making a video with the projects everybody worked on. Excuse me. So yeah, that's at least the planning. I don't know how it will turn out, but depends a bit on how easy I can grab all the images, but that's more of a me problem, not as much of a you problem. But I would really enjoy it if you would like to join me. As you said, you can work on images from any company. The only requirements basically that I do have that you must follow is that it needs to be inspired on a movie character, or the title of a movie. So yeah, if you have a project that you really want to work on and you can't find a movie to go with it, you can always join my little Facebook group, post a message over there like, hey, I really want to work on this piece. What movie or whatever would, well, fit? And I'll see if I can come up with anything. I think for many images there's something to think of, but I did find another one that I might possibly consider doing, because I have Zoom Zoom from Randall Spangler by Diamond Art Club. And lately, for last week I think it was, I was looking through my images of what all I have in my stash. And for one or the other reason it popped out to me and I was like, hey, I might be able to use that one for the movie Aviator. So yeah, that's one that I might work on, but we will see, we will see. Where is that going? There. And now I do need another color. Where is that one? There. But yeah, I really appreciate it if you would like to join me for my little event. Sorry, my throat is really annoying. That's better. Let's drink a little bit. No, my throat is really annoying me at the moment. It's like I need to cough because I have a tickle in my throat that just doesn't want to go away. It's really annoying. So yeah, not you know what, but it still is annoying. Do you know what already 2 times? I'm not planning on getting it again. Because last time was just, what, 4 months ago? So yeah, I was not planning on getting it this year again. But yeah. Let's get into whatever I got planned for this week. Because yeah, you might be here for my Spooktober story time. Well, I had an idea to work this week on a like witchy story, but I quickly found something that I thought was pretty interesting. It isn't quite like a witch story, but it does have a connection to witches. Namely, the heksenwaag from the place Oudewater. Heksenwaag is a witch skill. I don't know what the actual terminology for it is, but that's what we call it here, heksenwaag. And apparently it was a pretty popular one back in the day, because people, especially throughout Europe, but apparently also throughout the entire world, came to, well, be tested. More about that in a little bit. From basically all over, because it was one of the few fair skills. So, yeah. Basically, like, yeah, you know, the entire world craze with like everything to do with witchcraft and stuff. And yeah, there were a few tests, to call it like that. I don't want to call it trials because there is no courts involved, so I'll call it tests, like witch tests. Because here it says, at least especially in the 16th century, this was common practice, but I guess earlier and even later on as well. Yeah, I said before that like there were a lot of trials, at least here in my region, on a place I talked about in that video, the first one of the Spooktober Storytime, the witch trials of Roermond. That, yeah, basically people were tortured until they got a confession. But you could also agree, I don't know if this is more like a local thing that was basically decided by government or whatever, but yeah, you could also be going for a test, because yeah, it should be a way to prove your innocence. Many of these tests were designed, well, there were 3 of them. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in a little bit. But the tests were designed by the idea that witches would fly around on brooms or goats, so they needed to be really lightweight, so they couldn't be really heavy, because yeah, otherwise they wouldn't be able to fly. So the tests were basically designed to see how light somebody was. I'm going to look here if I can see the other ones. Yeah, here it was. The most used was the water test. Somebody was then, the accused person was tied together with hands and feet and yeah, thrown into the water. If the person floats, they were too light and be witches. And when they would sink, they were innocents. But yeah, obviously by the time they figure out that the person sank, yeah, they most of the times already passed away. So yeah, you can imagine that that is not a trial that you most likely would volunteer for. Even though I do believe that if my memory serves me correct by the information I read over the weekend, that there actually was a woman in, if I'm not mistaken, 1674, which was even way later than I saw that there were witch trials, but it actually is one from a few places over here that there was a so-called witch that, well, people kept pointing at her, but yeah, she voluntarily did the water trial and she survived. But she was also sinking, so she should be innocent, but in the end, she died in prison. But yeah, if I'm correct, that was the woman in question. So, but as you imagine, not many people would volunteer to do that. Don't know if I would you? But yeah, so you had the water trial. Then you had the fire trial, where the accused needed to walk bare feet over coal, like cinders. What's the word? Yeah, coal, charcoal, coal. Hot stuff you put in your furnace. Whatever you want to call it. That stuff. Because the idea was that if you get blisters from the fire, you would be innocent. And if you wouldn't, yeah, you would be a witch, because witches could protect themselves from fire. I'm also guessing that is not quite a nice way to prove your innocence. And then lastly, you had de waag, the scale, where, yeah, you basically got your weight taken. So this specific scale in Oudewater was actually just a market scale that was used for farm produce like cheeses and stuff like that. Yeah, if there was somebody that was accused of witchcraft, and in most cases she would be tested with the scale, she would be publicly weighed. So if she weighed as much as her length and physique appeared, then yeah, she got a certificate. Herein it said that it was proven that she wasn't a witch. And yeah, you could go back home. If the accused was found too light, well, she was a witch. And yeah, I guess you know where she went from there. If you guessed fire, what's the actual word? Prepared as always. Google Translate. Better keep that open. Pyre, that's the word. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to call a word if I'm not completely sure. So yeah, when somebody was found guilty by weighing too little, yeah, she was a witch and went to the pyre. I'm saying she because most of the times they were women, but yeah, obviously there were also men that were trialed for witchcraft, but I'm just using here the stereotypical witch, the female kind, so don't mean anything with it, it's just, yeah, an easier connection to say it like that. And it's basically like majority cats kind of thing. Because yeah, most of them were witches. Yeah, well, most of the witches were female, with a few exceptions here and there. So yeah, just so you know, it's not something that I'm like, oh, all witches were female. No, they weren't. Surprise, surprise. But just to make it easy for myself. But yeah, as you expect, they obviously had to have like an entire system one way or another. Don't know how it works for like how much somebody should weigh for like their size and length. Because yeah, you can be small and pretty heavy, but you can also be small and thin as a stick. So yeah, those two types of body would for sure have quite a different weight. So so I guess they would have had some sort of a measurement, but I'm not a professional in that area, so sorry for that. But yeah, as you expect, it was a painless way to prove your innocence. So I guess many people like the idea of not getting burnt or drowned. I would also like my options. But the question is, why is this particular scale in Oudewater so popular? Well, let me tell you. In spite of there being a lot of scales throughout, at least here it says entire Europe, in Oudewater there never actually was found a witch on the scale, which is pretty rare. Words, talking is hard, you know me. It was rare because, yeah, most of the times people operating these scales were not completely fair. So yeah, it was, yeah, a case of bribery. So if somebody did the test with the scales, the person operating the scale, to say it like that, was bribed, and the person was found to lie, even though she wasn't. So many times they just got a few gold pieces, and yeah. Yeah, here it also says like why that people did this and let themselves be bribed. Simple answer. There were always people who had something to gain if there were people trialed for witchcraft. So Yeah, it was basically also a money-making scheme in this case, which is really sad. But history at times is twisted as can be. So yeah, there are many things in history that aren't right, but the only thing we can do is learn from them and be smarter. And don't forget what happened. Because yeah, even though it is really hard what happened, it is really awful that we as human beings were able to just put somebody on a scale, say, hey, you weigh too little and you're a witch, so we burn you on a pyre. It's really awful that we as human beings were able to do that. But we can honor those men and women who were burned by telling stories about them, telling family or kids, like, hey, this is how it was way back when, and this is why we shouldn't judge this easy, because yeah, it was basically easy judgment. Yeah, people getting burned because somebody got something to gain by it. But yeah, so the Oudewater scale was known for not ever producing a witch. And if it happened, it wouldn't have happened often, because otherwise, yeah, it wouldn't get the praise it would have gotten. So, I do need to see. Yeah, here it was. I was like, I have two things open on my computer. I was like, I do know there was a certificate, a special certificate made for that scale. But I saw on one of the two sites that there was a little bit more information, so I needed to look it up, and I found it. So there was, as I said, a special certificate made by Karel V, Charles V, I think is the best pronunciation, the best translation. In the beginning of the 16th century, he was boss over the Netherlands, and he judged that the waagmeester, scale master in Oudewater, which is basically translated to old water. So, random fact, old water, Oudewater. That the scale master was honest in weighing. Because in 1545, Charles V was in the place of polsbroek, which is also a weird translation because that was wrist pants. Like the wrist on your arm and your pants on your legs. So polsbroek. So Charles V was in polsbroek and he was at a false accusation. He couldn't believe that the accused lady was so lightweight that he took it upon himself to let her go to Oudewater and let her be weighed again, where she was found not guilty and released. So Charles gave the scale master a special certificate for certificate, I think is the best, special branding certificates, however you want to call it, that he was weighing honest. There are actually handwritten certificates like this that are kept in the archive of Oudewater. So they do for sure know that this existed. And yeah, after that, men and women from the entirety of Europe came from the place where they were accused to Oudewater to have themselves weighed and get a certificate, de certificaat van wegingen, so the certificate of weighing, which, well, basically said they weren't a witch. So yeah, and that exact scale, as far as I could read, is even still available for weighing. If you are in the place of, what am I saying the whole time? Oudewater. My mind, seriously. So yeah, in case you are in Oudewater and you are in the museum, let's see here. Yeah, museum de Heksenwaag in Oudewater. You can actually still have yourself weighed on that very scale. Let's see if I can find it as soon. If my memory serves me correctly, yeah, here it is. It was like it isn't loading, but now it is. Which says, like, as a visitor, you can still undergo the weight test on the original scale from 1484. Are you not a witch? Aren't you too light? Are you not too light? That's the best way to say it. Then you get your personal proof, die certificaat van wegingen. And you don't have to be afraid. You even get an e-card to give everybody the good news. So, yeah. They turned it into a museum now, so if you're in the area, you can, well, let everybody see that you're not a witch. So yeah. I thought it was fun that it's even still operating, even though it's now in like a museum. But it still does, well, what it's supposed to do. And it's an old scale from 1482. That thing must have weighed a lot of stuff by now. And a lot of people as well. So yeah, I think that if you were accused and you had the opportunity to let yourself get weighed, I think that would be a real nice option to go to somewhere, even though if you have had to travel like weeks and weeks on end, just to know that there was a place where you could have a fair trial. So yeah, that would have been nice to have like I think it was more like a royal seal, because I believe Karl V was king, but I'm not entirely sure. So I like history, but there's a lot of history in the world, so yeah, I don't know everything. And I'm not going to claim that I do. There might be stuff that I love more than others, but I don't know everything. I'm not a human encyclopedia. Yeah, would you have done it? Would you stepped on the scale and yeah. I think I would if I at least had the option to go to Oudewater. Especially if you would have known that excuse me. If you would have known that it at least would give you a fair trial, and Let's be honest. Set you free. Well, there almost my pen went. But yeah, I thought it was also like a nice fun fact to know, like there were other things going to have people released. But yeah, I think that basically everywhere the water test was the most used, but for the accused person, you could better have the skills test. Because yeah, people might know how much or how less you weigh, but at least you have a chance. A big chance. And I wouldn't want to walk on fire either, so yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I am able to do a Halloween version next week. Are there certain like Halloween Dutch things you would like to know or not? If so, I can see if I can find something with it. Since yeah, it's next week is the last day of October, and since I'm filming on Mondays, I can do one more Spooktober story. Maybe I haven't filmed quick enough, I even upload it on Monday. Who knows? I'm weird enough as is, so I might pull that one off. But yeah, let me know what you thought. Is that an interesting thing, or couldn't you care less? But yeah, if you only here for these Spooktober story times, it's it's time for us here to part our ways, because now I am going to ramble on my busy bee week. And yeah, I'm sorry if you're hearing something on the background. That's my daughter. I have the baby monitor a bit more silent, but she is refusing to sleep. But I also don't like to turn off the volume completely, so I just have it silent, but it's standing right next to me, so sorry if you hear it. But again, yeah, if you don't want to hear my life updates, please click away here. Otherwise, full and have a fun time. Hope you enjoyed it, let me know. And if you do want to hear the ramblings, please kick up your feet and let's have a ramble, shall we? So, yeah, as I said, my week was busy. Way too busy. It was a busy little bee. And my husband, as I said before, had his vacation, which meant that we already made sure that we did a lot of our December prep. Still need to do a few things, but yeah, that can be done when our daughter is at school. Because yeah, this week she had a week off. We also dropped them off at my parents' place on Friday. So they slept over from Friday on Saturday, so that my husband and I could go shopping and have a little bit of us time. So we did watch a movie and just ate our French fries and snacks on the couch like we used to do. And just have a relaxing evening. Because yeah, that at times is also nice. And we also needed to do a lot of shopping because yeah, we wanted to do our Sinterklaas and Christmas shopping. Wanted to do the wanted to think of things to give, especially for our daughter, because our son is really hard, but we had some things that we wanted, but yeah, we wanted to go physically looking. We found some things for our son. Also did the ideas up for our daughter so we could give the lists out to mostly my parents-in-law because they wanted to buy themselves. My parents were like, well, you need to look anyway for it, just buy it and say what the damage was. So yeah, we still need to do that little bit for our daughter because yeah, for ourselves we had some things. They still got some things that we were like, well, we're not going to give them that, but they can have it, or at least my husband wanted to do it. I was planning on like doing that as gifts, but oh well. So we do like the bigger presents for Sinterklaas and then a little extra for Christmas. Because yeah, for my parents it doesn't matter which day. And yeah, my in-laws this year started to only doing stuff for Christmas. So we're like, well, hold on for a second. And I'm back. My daughter is a crazy child. She was out of bed and was searching for a leaf under her bed. Don't know why. She might have been blocking at the sticker on her wall, but if so, that's her own fault, not mine. She needs to still stay in bed, and she knows that. But to be fair, that's the first time she went out of bed and done something like that. So I'll live with it. Still needed to know what she was doing because it wouldn't be the first time that she thrown her stuffed animal out of the bed. So yeah. Quick drink. Yeah, so we got those gifts. We also got for my cousin a wedding present. He knows what he's getting, so that's not a surprise. So because we found something, he's the one where I also made the Slytherin crest for. He got married on the 9th of September. No? Yes? Yes, the 9th. I was thinking like the 11th. No, it was the Friday before, so it was the 9th. So they married on 9/9/22. But yeah, because part of her family isn't doing the greatest health-wise, they wanted to do it separately and have like their official wedding with like the direct family, like their parents, her sister, the boyfriend of her sister, and people like that. And then most likely what I believe was like spring or summer next year, they wanted to do like the bigger party for her side of the family, and then after for her side of the family, or the other way around, depends on who's first. But yeah, so they're both Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings fans. So my husband and I, when we went shopping last time, we found a store that has like a lot of like fan stuff, and he had a lot of Harry Potter. So yeah, we told him like, hey, there's this store in Heerlen which might be something for you. And then he said that by now his wife is also a big Harry Potter fan. And yeah, so we came up with the idea of giving them both a chalice. So we thought that was fun. So we got those. So we knew that they still would be available. We had seen a cookie jar that we might give them for their birthdays this year, because his birthday is actually in a few weeks. So most likely they will celebrate their birthdays again together this year, but don't know for sure. But they didn't have it, so oh well. We might give them their chalices then, but we'll see. For the rest of the week, on Thursday, we surprise, we also went shopping, because yeah, Wednesday and Thursday my husband already had his vacation, but our daughter still needed to go to school because she goes from Monday till Thursday. Friday is off, and Wednesday they have like a half day. So yeah, we did then some shopping to see like what stuff there was, since there was a store close to us. And we then also went to a big store where they have like everything, basically crappy quality, but it's cheap, and especially for decorations, it's fun. So we bought ourselves there some Halloween decorations. So because yeah, we basically had 3 pumpkins and that was all. So now we have a little bit more, and we're planning on building on it over the next couple of years. But we had like a gnome, which was like a Halloween, but you can still use it throughout the years, because it was basically like a witch cat gnome. Not as much witch, but more like a cat gnome, but it had a purple hat and a spider on its hand. So it was cute. It was only like 10 euros. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna take it. And that was the most expensive thing we had. We had the day after, so the Friday when we went shopping, we also had like a lighting that we put on our door. And that was the most expensive thing we have for the entire Halloween decorations, I think, and that was $12.50. So we did pretty okay, I guess. We had some like skeleton thingy hanging outside our door, and a skull placed on the staircase, because we have like a three-step stair, words again, on like our front door. So like on one side where there's a tree, we have 3 pumpkins, and on the other side we have a skull. And yeah, we have like a little roof that just basically keeps the top stair dry. And there we did hang the skeleton ghosty kinda thingy. We did hang that there, and yeah, when we got home from picking up our daughter off at school, oh yeah, we also got some gravestones. One of them we put outside, and the other 3 we put in the side. 1 at the window and 2 on top of paintings. So it's a little bit more Halloween-y. When our daughter came home from school, all of us walked to pick her up. And she basically, my husband was pointing it out, like acting like he was scared. And she was like, ooh, Halloween, scary and fun. So that was cute. Also with the ghost, every time I'm going to take her upstairs to go to bed, I pick her up, and every time again, ooh, a ghost, funny. So yeah, that's really cute. And on Monday, we dropped the kids off at my parents-in-law, so they could again do a little bit on our attic. And this time we even found some mold and moist spots. So we're now hoping that it's just trapped water And that's just from the inside, and otherwise we have a leaking roof, which I'm not looking forward to. So as you imagine, I really want to have everything ripped out as soon as possible. So I'm like, I'm going to just dump it into trash bags so I could move it out. Because yeah, I'm really done with that place. I'm so done with it. I almost want to move to have that done. Yeah. It's already a 3-year project. It's seriously, by now it's 3 years ago that we started the whole stuff. It's already a year ago since that we officially got approved to go ahead with everything, and still not done. So yeah. Yeah, it's at least something. But yeah, hopefully in one more time and then we're halfway. So fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed that we don't find anything else. Because yeah, otherwise I'm going to start yelling. And then also on Sunday we had a birthday from the littlest of the... Here comes a little long explanation. Youngest son of my sister-in-law's boyfriend. So yeah, he's the same age as my daughter is, so that's a little bit easier age. Well, not as much if you want to buy presents, but the older ones is all like, give money so they can get like a game or something. Now we got like, excuse me, the boy loves Thor, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Paw Patrol. Figure something out. So we found at the like store where we got most of our Halloween stuff, we found like a little air hockey set. It was really tiny, but it was just €5 and he really loved it. And then we had like a domino set for like on the walls of a shower / bath. So yeah, I hope they enjoy it. Yeah, and today I already started cleaning up because yeah, as you might expect, since Thursday I didn't do much inside, so I had a ton of laundry. I already washed, dried and folded 2 loads, and the 3rd load is already washed and dried. Now I need to fold that, then I still need to do a light wash load, and then I need to rinse out everything I bought over the weekend, clothes-wise, because yeah, our daughter, when she goes to school, gets every day a new t-shirt because yeah, most of the time she's dirty. And yeah, otherwise with the shirts that she has, she is doing every week, she's basically wearing the same because the dark is getting much easier filled, because most of the times the light clothing that we have is like socks and a few t-shirts from the kids and like all the small stuff. So yeah, that isn't much. So that takes a while, and she has like 3 light colored t-shirts and like 4 darker. So yeah, that's quick. So yeah, we needed to have more. So yeah, so I needed to rinse out that, and I also did bake a apple pie this afternoon. So again, busy little bee. So yeah. And my brain is totally fried, so most likely I forgot a lot, but I think I'm rambling on long enough, so I'm just going to let you go. Yeah, it's almost, again, as I said, it's almost an hour, so yeah. You know me by now, so sorry, not sorry. Yeah, as I said before, I hope you liked this video. Let me know what you think about the witches scale. And if there is anything you would like me to know or tell me, are you planning on joining the events? Let me all know down in the comment section below. If you don't want everybody to read it, you can either message me on Facebook, on Messenger, or you can even email me. My email is down in the description box below. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!